Hello everybody. Today we have our third workshop in a row. Is it third workshop or fourth workshop? Third workshop, yeah. Third workshop in a row. So for YouTube purpose, on the special request of parents that I have to give a small video on this topic, grammar portion. So here it is. Today I'll be telling you right from the basics. Verb. As we all know, verb is an action word in a sentence, right? So we have base form, we have past and past participle. There are basically three forms of verb: base form, past form, and then past participle. Commonly we call them verb first form, verb second form, and verb third form, right? Let's say go, went, and gone. Go is the verb first form, so-called base form. Went is past form, and third form is gone is past participle. If we analyze deeply, we'll find there are two form of verbs. One is regular. Mark is not working properly. Irregular. Second is irregular. Regular form of verb and irregular form of verb. So question comes, what's regular, what is irregular? See, in regular form, we can transform from base form to past form or past participle by just putting D or ED or IER in there. It's very simple. For example, want is the base form, wanted is the past form, and again wanted is the past participle, right? But there are certain other forms where it's very difficult to form a pattern. 70% of forms we just need to add ed or d or ied, and then the form gets changed. But there are certain other words wherein we have to memorize. We have to memorize all forms. And it has to come through practice, through efforts. We have to put efforts to memorize those forms. And it's not that difficult. Once you practice it, you'll get used to it. So all those forms where we just add ed or ied in them, they are known as regular form. They are known as regular form. And in all those words where we cannot add ed or d, we need to add some new word, right? We have to memorize those words. These are known as irregular verbs. So this is go, went, gone. These three are irregular verbs, right? It's very difficult to memorize. It's very difficult to form rules for them. There are no universal rule. We just need to memorize. But if we put into various categories, there are basically four categories of irregular form of verb. Number one, let's say, I personally grouped into four categories. Group A, and this mark is not working. Group A. Group A, where all forms, base, past, and past participle, they all are similar. Can you give any example?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, put.
Great. Put, and put. All these forms are similar. We put them into group A category. Then group B category, where all forms are dissimilar. What? They're dissimilar. For example, go, went, gone. This is group B category. Now comes your group C category. Here, the base form become. Here the base form and the past participle, they both are similar. For example, become, become. Here these two are similar and this one is dissimilar, different. This, if we have to put this thing, we have to put this thing to C category. But there is one more, group D. In group D category, base form is dissimilar, but past form and past participle, they both are similar. Bring, yes, Hamid? Brought and brought. Bring, brought and brought. So that's all about verb, types of verb. Once again, regular verb, irregular verb. We just need to add d, ed or ied. For example, cry, cried, cried. Okay. We just need to put d, ed or ied, and then we then can transform from base to past, from past to past participle. But in all other words, if we look at their forms, all forms are dissimilar. There is no similarity amongst them. Like go, went, gone. Similarly, drink, drank, drunken. Right? All these forms are dissimilar. So that's about the forms of verb. And if we add a little more video into it, further, I'll cut it short. It will become a lengthy one for YouTube video. So this is clause. What is clause? Clause is a sentence that has sense. Basically, it has two components. Number one, subject and predicate. Subject, a clause has two main components, subject and predicate. For example, he is going to school. He is a subject and that thing is predicate. Subject is a doer. One is doing something, and whatever is being said about subject is a predicate. It includes your helping verb, man verb, preposition, object, everything. It becomes predicate. So clause, it has for the two types. I'll cut it short. Independent clause and dependent clause. Independent clause can stand on its own. It does not require any assistance from other sentences. For example, he is going to school. Yes, he is going to school. This clause can convey a proper meaning. It can stand on its own. It has a subject, predicate, everything. And it conveys a meaning. So this is an independent clause. This is what? Independent clause. So if I say, when we are together, does it make sense? Does it make any sense? It feels like that it needs extra support from somebody to make it a proper sentence. So where we need extra support to make a proper meaning out of it, we call them dependent clause. We call them dependent clause. So here, when we are together, he sings song when we are together. So that's about dependent clause and independent clause. Similarly, if we categorize into further types of clauses, we have simple clause, we have what? We have compound clause, we have complex compound clause, simple clause, compound clause, complex clause, and then complex compound clause. In simple clause, he sings songs, a simple clause, right? Where there is only one independent clause. In compound clause, there are two independent clauses, mostly joined by a conjunction. He sings songs, comma, and she plays cricket. Both are independent clause, but it's a one sentence. But in one sentence, we have two independent clauses joined by a conjunction. Both clauses can stand on its own, right? I'm cutting it short for YouTube purpose. Similarly, for a compound clause, compound. After simple, we have compound. What for compound sentence? Two independent clauses. So yeah, I forgot to mention, these are the further types of sentences I'm talking about. Simple sentence. In simple sentence, we have only one independent clause. In compound sentence, we have two independent clauses. Right? They both are independent, joined by conjunction. And in complex sentence, we have at least one independent and one dependent. Yes, sorry. In complex, we have one independent and one independent. For example, he sings song, comma, when we are together. So one is independent clause, second is dependent clause. I repeat myself again, in simple sentence we have one independent clause. In compound sentence we have two independent clauses joined by a conjunction, and in complex sentence we have two clauses. In two clauses, one is dependent and second one is independent. Like he sings songs and when he or she comes home. Two clauses, one is dependent and another is independent. In complex compound sentences, there are more than two independent clauses. There can be two clauses or there can be more than two clauses. But at least one clause must be what? Dependent. I repeat myself again. In complex compound sentences, there are more than three clauses, or let's say more than two or three independent clauses, but at least there must be one independent clause. But there must be one dependent clause. Sentence? Any sentence? Okay, let's frame this sentence again. He sings songs and she plays cricket when they are together. So two independent clauses and one dependent clause. That is called complex compound sentence. Why I'm telling you? Because you are here for proper English course, and inciting is one of the most important component of spoken English, right? So in an essay or wherever you write, always try to write complex compound sentences. That will give an impression to your reader, to your examiner. You are in class which? 10th class?
Yes, sir.
You are in 7th. You in class which class? 8th. So the point is, in your 8th class, or from your 8th class onwards, always try to write complex compound sentences. Don't write like kids. Those who are in class first or second, they write simple sentences. I go to school. No, write good complex sentences that will give an impression. So that video I think got a little long, but it's okay. It was not planned today. I was not in a mood to shoot any video. But let's keep the momentum going. I think last video I shot 3 days ago. So fine. Thank you so much, Maurice, for recording.